What almost nobody realizes is that the speed at which your cells age isn't just about genetics or luck. It's about a handful of invisible daily habits that are either protecting your body from the inside out or quietly accelerating the aging process in ways you can't see in the mirror yet. And here's the shocking part. Most people over 50 are doing 3 of these habits completely wrong without even knowing it. If you've ever wondered why some people in their 60s move like they're 45 while others feel 70 at 55, this is the missing piece. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening inside your cells right now, what mistakes are speeding up aging at the deepest level, and the simple daily shifts that can slow it down starting today. And the final habit I'll share is the one almost no one talks about, but it may be the most powerful of all. I'm going to walk you through the habits that actually control how fast your cells break down, how your DNA protects itself, and how your body decides whether to repair damage or let it pile up. These aren't trendy hacks. These are the scientifically backed daily actions that influence something called cellular aging, and they matter more than almost anything else when it comes to your energy, your joints, your brain, your heart, and how you feel when you wake up every single morning. Let's start with something you do every single day but probably don't think about in this way. The way you move your body, even in small amounts, sends a direct signal to your cells about whether they should stay young or start shutting down. And I'm not talking about running marathons or spending an hour at the gym. I'm talking about movement that most people completely underestimate. When you move your muscles, even just by walking around your house, standing up from a chair, or climbing a few stairs, something incredible happens deep inside your muscle cells. Your muscles start pulling sugar, also called glucose, out of your bloodstream and using it for energy. That process doesn't just help your blood sugar. It also triggers your cells to clean out damaged parts and build new, healthier structures. This is called autophagy, and it's one of the most important anti-aging processes your body has. Think of it like your cells taking out the trash and renovating at the same time. But here's what most people get wrong. They think they need to exercise hard to get this benefit. The truth is, your body responds to consistent movement throughout the day, not just one workout. If you sit for 6 hours straight and then walk for 20 minutes, your cells spend most of that day in aging mode, not repair mode. The key is breaking up the sitting. Stand up every 30 to 40 minutes. Walk to the kitchen, stretch your legs, move your arms, do anything that gets your muscles contracting, because every time you do, you're telling your cells to stay active and keep repairing. Now let's talk about sleep, because this is where cellular aging either speeds up or slows down dramatically, and it's one of the most misunderstood parts of health after 50. While you sleep, your brain does something it can't do while you're awake. It washes itself. There's a system called the glymphatic system that opens up during deep sleep and flushes out toxic waste products that build up in your brain throughout the day. One of those waste products is a protein called beta amyloid, and when it accumulates, it's linked to memory loss, brain fog, and dementia. Your body also repairs your DNA while you sleep. Every single day, your cells experience damage from stress, from sunlight, from the food you eat, from just living. Sleep is when your body sends in the repair crew. But if you're only getting 5 or 6 hours, or if you're waking up multiple times a night, that repair doesn't finish. The damage starts piling up. And over months and years, that pile becomes visible as fatigue, joint pain, slow healing, stubborn weight, and brain fog. Here's the part most people miss. It's not just about how many hours you sleep. It's about the quality. If you're going to bed at different times every night, or if you're scrolling on your phone right before sleep, or if your room is too warm or too bright, your deep sleep gets cut short. Deep sleep is where the magic happens. That's when your growth hormone gets released, your muscles recover, your immune system strengthens, and your cells get younger. So if you want to slow aging at the cellular level, you need to protect your sleep like it's medicine. Go to bed at the same time every night. Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. And if you wake up to use the bathroom, don't turn on bright lights. Use a dim nightlight. These small things make a massive difference over time. But the real surprise comes next, and it has to do with what you're eating, or more specifically, when you're eating. Your cells run on a clock. It's called your circadian rhythm, and it controls when your body wants to digest food, when it wants to repair, and when it wants to rest. When you eat late at night, especially within 2 or 3 hours of going to bed, you're forcing your digestive system to work during a time when your body is trying to shift into repair mode. Your insulin stays elevated, your liver can't detox properly, your sleep gets disrupted, and your cells stay in storage mode instead of cleanup mode. This is one of the biggest hidden accelerators of cellular aging, and most people have no idea it's happening. There's a concept called time-restricted eating, and it's one of the simplest ways to support healthy aging. All it means is giving your body a consistent break from food every day, usually between 12 and 14 hours. So if you finish dinner at 7 in the evening, you don't eat again until 7 or 8 the next morning. During that fasting window, your body gets to focus entirely on cleaning up damaged cells, burning stored fat, reducing inflammation, and repairing your gut. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to cut out food groups. You just have to respect your body's rhythm, and the benefits show up fast. Better energy in the morning, less bloating, clearer thinking, more stable blood sugar, and over time, slower cellular aging. Now let's talk about something that's happening inside your body right now, and it's either protecting you or quietly damaging you. It's called chronic inflammation, and it's one of the main drivers of aging at every level. When your body detects an injury or an infection, it sends out immune cells and chemicals to fight it off. That's acute inflammation, and it's healthy. But when inflammation stays turned on all the time at a low level, it starts damaging your own tissues. It affects your joints, your blood vessels, your brain, your organs. It makes you feel stiff, tired, and foggy, and it accelerates aging in a way that's hard to reverse if you don't catch it early. So what causes chronic inflammation? A lot of things. Sitting too much, eating too much sugar and processed food, not sleeping enough, chronic stress, smoking, drinking too much alcohol. Even loneliness and isolation can trigger it. But here's the good news. You can lower inflammation dramatically with just a few daily habits. Eating more colorful vegetables and fruits gives your body antioxidants that calm inflammation. Omega-3 fats from fish like salmon or from walnuts and flax seeds are powerful anti-inflammatory tools. Moving your body reduces inflammatory markers in your blood. And managing stress, even with 5 minutes of deep breathing or a short walk outside, can lower cortisol and reduce the inflammatory response. This isn't complicated. It's about consistency. The people who age slowly aren't doing anything extreme. They're just doing the basics every single day. This is where most people make the mistake, and it's a big one. They focus so much on what they should add to their routine that they forget to remove what's quietly harming them. And one of the biggest cellular toxins that people overlook is sugar. Not just the sugar in candy or soda. I'm talking about the hidden sugars in bread, crackers, pasta, sauces, flavored yogurt, granola bars, and even so-called healthy foods. When you eat too much sugar or refined carbs, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas releases insulin to bring it back down. But if this happens over and over, day after day, year after year, your cells stop responding to insulin the way they should. This is called insulin resistance, and it's one of the most dangerous accelerators of aging. It leads to belly fat that won't budge. It increases your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. It makes you feel tired after meals, it disrupts your hormones, and it damages the tiny power plants inside your cells called mitochondria. Your mitochondria are what produce energy. When they're healthy, you feel strong and alert. When they're damaged, you feel exhausted, no matter how much you sleep. High blood sugar and insulin resistance slowly poison your mitochondria. And once that happens, aging speeds up fast. The fix is simple, but requires awareness. Start reading labels. If a product has more than 8 grams of added sugar per serving, think twice. Choose whole foods that don't come in a package. Swap white bread and white rice for whole grains or vegetables. Eat protein and healthy fats with every meal to slow down sugar absorption. And if you're going to have something sweet, have it after a meal with fiber and protein, not on an empty stomach. These small shifts protect your mitochondria and keep your cells running clean. Now here's why this matters more after 50. As you age, your body becomes less forgiving. When you're 30, you can eat poorly for a week, lose sleep, skip exercise, and bounce back quickly. But after 50, your repair systems slow down. Your hormones change. Your muscle mass naturally declines. Your digestion becomes more sensitive. Your inflammation levels tend to rise. This doesn't mean you're doomed. It means you need to be smarter and more consistent. The habits that didn't seem to matter in your 30s and 40s suddenly become the difference between feeling vibrant or feeling old. Let me give you a perfect example. Muscle mass. After the age of 50, you naturally lose about 1 to 2% of your muscle every year if you don't do anything to stop it. This isn't just about looking weaker. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. It burns calories, it pulls sugar out of your blood, it supports your joints, it keeps you balanced and prevents falls. It even communicates with your brain and your immune system. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows, your blood sugar rises, your bones weaken, and your risk of injury goes up. But here's the great news. You can stop this and even reverse it at any age with resistance training. And I don't mean you need to become a bodybuilder. I mean using your muscles against resistance 2 or 3 times a week. That could be bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even carrying grocery bags. Anything that makes your muscles work harder than usual sends a signal to your body to keep that muscle and even build more. This is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools you have, and it's completely free. But before you try this, there is one mistake you must avoid. A lot of people, especially older adults, think they need to do cardio to stay healthy, so they walk or bike every day, and that's great. But if that's all you do, you're missing half the picture. Cardio is wonderful for your heart and lungs, but it doesn't build muscle. In fact, if you do too much cardio without any resistance work, you can actually lose muscle faster. The key is balance. Walk for your heart and your mood. Lift or push or pull for your muscles and your metabolism. And stretch for your joints and flexibility. That combination is what keeps your body young from the inside out. Now let's talk about stress, because this is one of the most underestimated drivers of rapid aging. And most people don't realize how much damage it's doing until it's too late. When you're stressed, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. In the short term, cortisol helps you react and survive. But when stress is constant, when you're worried about money, health, family, or just the state of the world, cortisol stays elevated. And high cortisol does terrible things to your cells. It breaks down muscle, it increases belly fat, it raises blood sugar, it disrupts sleep, it weakens your immune system. It even shortens your telomeres, which are the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes. Shorter telomeres mean older cells. This is literal aging happening at the DNA level, caused by stress. The solution isn't to avoid stress completely, because that's impossible. The solution is to give your body a daily reset. That could be 10 minutes of deep breathing, a walk in nature, talking to a friend, playing with a pet, listening to music, doing something creative, praying or meditating, anything that shifts your nervous system out of fight or flight and into rest and repair. Your body can't heal while it's stuck in stress mode, but when you intentionally calm your mind and body every day, even for a few minutes, you give your cells permission to repair, and that makes all the difference. Here's the part almost nobody talks about, and it's the one I personally think is the most powerful. Connection, human connection. Loneliness and social isolation are now recognized as major risk factors for early death, right up there with smoking and obesity. When you feel isolated, your body interprets that as a threat. Your stress hormones rise, your inflammation increases, your immune system weakens, your sleep suffers, and your cells age faster. But when you feel connected, supported, and loved, the opposite happens. Your nervous system relaxes, your heart rate variability improves, your inflammation drops, you sleep better, you're more motivated to take care of yourself, and your cells literally age more slowly. This has been proven in study after study. The people who live the longest, healthiest lives aren't the ones who eat perfectly or exercise the most. They're the ones who have strong relationships and a sense of purpose. So if you're spending all your time alone, or if you've lost touch with friends, or if you're retired and feeling disconnected, this is as important as anything else I've talked about. Reach out to someone, join a group, volunteer, go to church or a community center. Make time for the people who matter. Laugh more, hug more, talk more. These aren't just nice things to do, they're medicine for your cells. Now let me give you one final bonus tip that ties everything together. Hydration. It sounds too simple to matter, but your cells are mostly water. And every single process I've talked about, from detoxing your brain to flushing out inflammation to keeping your joints flexible, depends on having enough water in your system. As you age, your sense of thirst decreases so you can actually be dehydrated without feeling it, and chronic low-level dehydration makes everything worse. Your energy drops, your skin looks older, your digestion slows, your blood thickens, your kidneys strain, your brain gets foggy. Start your day with a full glass of water, keep a bottle nearby, and sip throughout the day. Aim for around 8 cups, more if you're active or it's hot outside. And if plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or cucumber. This one habit supports every other habit you're trying to build. So let's bring this all together. Aging at the cellular level isn't random. It's shaped by the small, invisible choices you make every single day. How much you move, how well you sleep, when you eat, what you eat, how you manage stress, whether you stay connected, whether you challenge your muscles, whether you drink enough water. None of these things are complicated. None of them require expensive supplements or extreme diets. But when you do them consistently, they add up to something powerful. They protect your DNA, they keep your mitochondria strong, they lower inflammation, they support your brain, your heart, your joints, and your energy, and they give you the gift of aging well, not just living longer, but living better. You have more control than you think. Your cells are listening to you right now. And every good choice you make today is a message that says, keep going, keep repairing, stay young. So start small. Pick 1 or 2 habits from this video and build from there. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. And over time, you'll feel the difference in your body, your mind, and your life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How many hours of sleep are you getting each night? And do you feel rested when you wake up? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll be covering more science-backed health strategies that actually work for people over 50. And make sure you watch the video I'm going to recommend next, because it's all about the foods that fight inflammation and protect your brain as you age. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.